Hi there. Today we're going to talk about some of my absolutely favorite software and hardware when it comes to my filmmaking and video work, and all the links will be in the description. This video is sponsored by absolutely nobody. I use all this stuff because I want to. Let's start with software. No, I'm not a productivity YouTuber, but I have to mention the fact that I use Notion. I've only been using it for a few months now, but it's definitely changed the way I organize all of my filmmaking and YouTube projects for the better. If you have everything stuck in your head and you're constantly trying to remember where things go or what you have to work on, I really think it's great to just get it into an organization software. Maybe you don't want to use Notion, but there's things like Trello or Monday. I feel like there's infinite organization softwares, but I really like Notion. And my friend Ryan Cow, he has a video on Notion that he did and gives away his template for free. I downloaded his, so I'll just refer you to his. I'll put it in the description and you can customize it to make your own. The next piece of software I have to mention is DaVinci Resolve. I was a Premiere Pro user for I think 7 or 8 years. I was a diehard, refused to switch. Ultimately, I landed on DaVinci Resolve and I am not looking back. I absolutely love Resolve. The reason why I love it is it's free. There's like an incredible free version that has almost everything the pro version has. It's clear that Blackmagic is investing in Resolve for creators. There's tons of features like automated subtitles and relighting and all this crazy stuff that is going to benefit content creators, not just professional filmmakers. So if you want to get into Resolve, now's the time. It's super exciting and it's free, baby. Now we got to talk about music sites. Music is the foundation of my editing. So the ones that I use the most and are my favorite is probably Artlist and then Epidemic Sound. They're both really close. Now, if you're looking for something more affordable, Upbeat.io and Audio, which I've worked with both in the past, but I actually really like both of them. Which brings us to our next software, which I think is going to be a curveball and I'm really excited about it. It's about sound effects and it's called Soundly. It's the best for sound effects. Basically, all you do is like you can set a folder in your preferences to where you want the sound effects to go. You type in what sound effect you want, and then you drag it into your edit, and that file automatically saves to that folder. So no more like downloading sound effects, remembering that they're left in your downloads folder or on your desktop, and then eventually you have to relink them because you lost them or you got to go re-download them. I'm never going back to just downloading sound effects one by one and putting them in my video. Soundly makes sound design so much faster. When I first signed up, they had a code called POST that gave me a year for free. I don't know if it's still working, but just try the code POST. The next software is called Media Human. Like say you're making a documentary video on why Halo 3 is better than all the other ones. Well, you're probably gonna go wanna download the old Halo 3 trailers, but it's like, you don't wanna use these crappy websites and get lower quality or just freaking malware. Media Human is the freaking best. You copy the link to the YouTube video, paste it into Media Human. In your preferences, you set up where you want the files to download. You can pick any folder you want, and then you just download them. You can batch download if you want to like put a bunch of videos in there too. Freaking awesome. I use it all the time for my retro reviews or anything where I'm gathering media clips off of YouTube. Highly recommend. And the last piece of software, is sponsored by Storyblok. No, I'm just kidding. This video is not sponsored, I promise. Seriously, it's not. Stop editing like that, dude. Dude, stop editing like that. No, the last piece of software is Photoshop. I have to mention Photoshop because I edit all of my thumbnails in Photoshop. I'm trying to get better and better at thumbnails over time, and the generative fill feature has genuinely like changed my thumbnail game and made me so much better. Photoshop's amazing for thumbnails and, you know, other shopping of photo stuff. So I guess we'll talk about first piece of hardware, and it came out this year, is this little bad boy right here, the Rode Wireless Pro. I was a Rode Wireless go-to guy for a while. Ever since they came out, I used those. And these just like destroy the old model. It's crazy. You can record internal 32-bit float, which is what I'm doing right now. You can see the little red light. And the mic that's built into this thing is amazing. Plus you can screw on lavaliers. They have a locking screw on this time, and it's incredible for professional work as well. So no more like big XLR wireless transmitters. I don't think I'll ever use those. I think we've grown past that at this point, unless you're, I don't know, working on movies or whatever, but the Wireless Pros are incredible. I love them. Next piece of hardware is my mixing headphones. These are my DT770 Pros. I absolutely love them for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're extremely comfortable. I can edit all day long in these without getting any sort of headache. They don't squeeze my head too much. They're amazingly cozy with these little plush daddies on the side. perfect. Also, the sound is nice and flat, which means if I can get my mix to sound good on these, it's pretty much gonna sound good on any other platform. They're a little bit expensive, but this is one of those audio purchases that you will have for years and years if you treat them right, and I don't regret them at all. Let's talk about drone stuff. I gotta say, I'm really a big fan of DJI's Screen RC controller. It's so good. I use this with my Mavic 3 Classic, and I'm absolutely never going back to using a phone to fly a drone, okay? It has little screw holes on the bottom to put in like a strap lock thing. So I use my Peak Design quick release strap with the drone controller, and then I can pop it off, use it on a camera if I need to, really quick. Links to all that will be below, but I love this controller. Another thing I've upgraded on my drone this year is I've started using Freewell's ND filters, which I'm a big fan of. The quality is really nice, and on my Mavic 3 Classic, I feel like I can just get incredibly clean, beautiful images using these ND filters. I don't have to crank my shutter anymore because I have these filters, so I get a nice, smooth cinematic image. Now, Freewell also makes magnetic VND filters, so I've been using these since this past summer, and I will never ever go back to screw-on filters. However, I will say with the Freewell magnetic VNDs, they're a couple years old at this point. When you put them in your bag, they're like for sure gonna pop off. Like they don't stay attached super well. So I've actually been considering switching to the Polar Pro Helixes. Magnetic ND filters are really expensive, but for me and the kind of work I do, I need to switch filters really quickly, and I'm done getting my filters stuck to my lenses. Polar Pro, you wanna hook me up? Let me know, bro. Next piece of hardware I'm using to support my A7S III right in front of our faces. It's the SmallRig FreeBlazer carbon fiber tripod. This tripod is freaking cool because you just unlatch the legs and then you can pull them all up at once and then latch them and they're solid. There's no more like staging where you have to do 3 latches per leg. The fluid head is pretty good. I don't think it's the best out there, but it's solid for the price. The one thing I don't like is the bowl. When I try to balance the camera, it's really fidgety. It doesn't feel super solid. So when I loosen the bowl to try to level the camera, it's kind of jumpy and hard to get perfectly level. But other than that, really solid, it's really quick, and I like it. An honorable mention for tripod would be the Sirui thing. My buddy Justin Porter just made a video on it. Go watch his video, it's amazing. He's so fun to watch. He just loves his tripod. Another SmallRig item that I've been using and liking a lot is this small little 60-watt SmallRig light. I'm a big fan of small gear. I like to be lightweight and mobile. I don't like to be tied down by super heavy stuff. And this light puts out a crazy amount of power. We're using it right now at 19%. It's pretty far away from me and it's bouncing off of a wall. It's not even pointed at me. And you can control the color temperature, the brightness, and it has a built-in battery so you can charge it up and use it with no plug-in power. It's freaking awesome and the quality seems really good. Another piece of hardware I can't live without that's also tiny is this little red tool right here. This is better than the Condor Blue one, like by far. I'm just being straight up honest. I love the guys at Condor Blue and I tested out the one that they made, the little tool they made, but it's way clunkier. This is so fast because you just flip out the tool that you want. When you're done with it, you flip it back down. There's no like pulling things out, attaching them with magnets, screwing it, pulling it back out, putting it back in. This is so freaking fast and has every thread you need on it. And it also has little screw holes on the side so you can test random screws that you find and see what size they are. So you can do all of this so quickly. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a really good multi-tool, highly recommend. The last 2 items are cases, so I'll let you think about what the final one is, but the case we're talking about right now is the Tenba rolling case. I've had this thing for so long. I think since like 2015. It has survived a car crash. It's been on multiple flights. It can hold smaller light stands. It can hold my big SmallRig tripod. It has side pouches that can fit tons of stuff. It's just an amazing road case to like keep in your trunk or the back of your car or carry with you on set. It has really heavy duty rolling wheels and literally, like I said, it can survive a car crash. Don't text and drive, kids. I learned that one the hard way. And the final piece of hardware, the final physical item is the Peak Design backpack. This is the big one. It's like the 30 liter, I believe, but it can fit a giant laptop, an iPad, tons of stuff in the top sleeve. You can customize the innards so you can fit cameras, lenses, all that kind of stuff. I use mine to hold all of my audio gear, usually 1 or 2 cameras, maybe a lens, and then my laptop and accessories that go with that. And it can also hold a tripod on the side, which I think is an underrated feature. You just put the little latch around the tripod, it holds it securely there, and you're good to go. I'd say if there was a camera that I was really stoked about this year, it's the FX30. I think it's so good. Where is it? I mean, I just think the FX30 is a freaking amazing camera. I was gonna make a long-term review on it, but I haven't done that yet. So just go watch Patrick Tomaso's because it's better than what I would make anyway. So love you guys. Text me when you get home so I know you're safe. And instead of watching out for deer, I want you to ride one. Ride it into glorious victory with a small rig light on your shoulder, a Peak Design backpack on your back, and other stuff in it. Well, that's all I'm gonna say now. Goodbye.